5.8, Council's May performance report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to start off and just highlight out a couple of issues and a couple of highlights, I guess, out of the front of the report. First is the, I'll draw your attention to the Otamahiki Stream project. As we say there, it's, we've had some really good feedback from the public since going out with the details of that development, which is great. So quite exciting to see, and good to see us working closely with some of our partners there. The second one, which is a significant one, is obviously the retention of our AA credit rating, which has some significant savings for us in terms of our financial position. And then the only other thing I'd highlight is our moving program to our alternative office locations, our temporary office locations. So that's progressing. It is a major piece of work, obviously, in terms of getting those buildings up to speed. Up to speed and getting staff there, and there's quite a bit of disruption that causes. But I can confirm that that move, the physical move, will occur between the 28th of July and the 25th of August. It'll be done in stages, so each building at a time. But that's when the physical move will happen. So I've got the team here, with apologies from Kevin Strongman, who's actually at a training course. So I think Dennis is going to fill in for him. But unless there's any questions of the opening part, I think we'll just go page by page through the report.
Thanks, thank you, Mr. Green. Financials, so we've got the first challenge, is that right?
Yes, through the chair, I'm going to sound like a stuck gramophone record, but each month lately I've been stating how well the organisation has been performing from a financial perspective, and that's right across the organisation, whether it's the income from our community facilities like the bars and things of this nature, or regulatory, right across the whole business. It's performed outstanding, and it'd be great if every year we could end up with a net surplus as favourable as shown on this particular page. If we look at the debt scenario, because May is a rates month, that's why we've got such a high level of cash investments, and our net borrowings are down at 32 million. People get hung up about our borrowing at 148. I think just as important is our net borrowing at 32 million, which is tracking along the way of our financial strategy. The breakdown there of the comprehensive revenue and expenses just goes into a bit more detail as to what I alluded to, but I think everyone should be quite proud of the performance of Council this financial year.
Thank you very much, and yeah, you did right. When your operating costs are 5.3 million favourable year to date so far, of course, but you know, any business like that, if they can, the operating costs are down like that, it's fantastic. All right, community services. Or any questions about them? Community services, Mr. Brian Fox. Thank you, Your Worship. A bit scared at the moment. Are you right, Brian? Just really a stat record again from last month. Business as usual in this space. I can confirm that the good news is going to continue in terms of some minor financial transactions. The Pumice Lands Rural Fire Authority, which winds up on the 30th of June, its final board meeting on Monday. They have an operating surplus, and as a contributing stakeholder, we'll be getting a refund of a share of that surplus. So happy to take any questions in this space.
Through the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Fox.
Mr. Fox, the noise complaints, were they all domestic complaints or from bars?
I'll hand it over to Mr. Manhattan, but that's part of his...
Noise complaints, I think a lot of them were up in the Nukahoe area, people sort of partying at night.
Would that be like that roundabout in a couple of pop-ups?
These two flags.
I'm not sure where the exact location is.
The reason I asked, Councillor Glenn and myself sit on the licensing, and we had a new licence recently where it was a bar where there was a complaint, and I'm just wondering whether that bar had complaints against it again, and that was Finn McCall's.
I'll check with our regulatory area as to where specifically it was.
Thank you.
Right, thank you, Mr. Fox. Anything else to report, Mr. Fox? No, thank you, Your Worship, that's it. Water. Dennis.
Worship, thank you. I'll just draw your attention with water. You mentioned earlier the Waitanui project. That's currently out to tender. Tenders close on the 21st of July, and so we're making some progress with that one. We'll see what the interest is and what the tenders come back like.
Okay. What's the sort of ballpark figure for that project, Dennis?
I think it was up around about 3.7.
3.7, okay, cool. And government?
85%.
85?
Yes.
Cool. All right, thank you. Sorry, carry on.
Marple Road Pump Station, we're just waiting for Unison to put on a transformer there. Everything else is pretty much done. Taupo Reservoir, as of last month, the construction company that will be building the reservoir tanks will be starting next month. Moving on to transport.
Sorry, just to interrupt. Marple Road
Pump station?
Pump station. Yeah, there's been a hold on that project, wasn't there? Or something's happened? I had a ring from a lady up there.
Yes. As I mentioned earlier, the hold has been because we need to get power to the
that's right,
to the pump station, and we've been working with Unison for some time to sort out a transformer at an appropriate cost to provide power there.
So has that happened?
Yes, it's happened, and we're just now waiting for Unison to design and construct the transformer.
So we've agreed.
So what sort of time frame? Because there's some work's actually taken place up there and they've just gone away and left it, correct?
I believe it's something in the order of 6 to 8 weeks for Unison to complete their work.
To get the transformer up there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sorry. Carry on.
Transport. The tender for the Hooker Falls footpath was awarded to TR Construction. They were the only tenderer, and they'll be commencing in probably 6 to 8 weeks. They've got another project up Control Gates Hill to build before they can get onto that one. This is an area that they are struggling to find tenderers.
That's it. Thanks, Dennis. You transport team?
Yeah, I'm just pausing to see if there's any questions about transport.
About transport, no?
Acacia Bay Road signs.
Noted. Community facilities.
That's mine.
Oh, sorry. Community facilities, John.
Yep. So as Alan alluded to, the financially we've been pretty strong in this area. I think as I've said to you before, the summer helped. It was quite a poor summer, so the pools had a good year. In terms of events, just to give you a feel for some of the economic impact of that. So the indoor bowls session, which we would have thought was not hugely popular, was absolutely, I'm not sure it's a phrase I would use with indoor bowls, but humming or buzzing or whatever, but it had an economic impact, Steve was telling me, of 1.2 million to the town. So that's, that just kept following on from our conversations this morning. This is how important the event side of things is to the district. This is a bit of a slowdown period now. We're starting to get into, so it'll be a month or so of slowdown period, that shoulder season. Then the team will kick in again. In terms of projects, the main one that's outlined there is the Autumn Hecky Stream. So that's going through design stage at the moment. I'm personally pretty excited about that one. I think everyone around here should be when it finally gets going. Hopefully by the summer we'll have quite an amazing project on the go down there. Yeah, that's what I've got to say really.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I don't know if anyone got up to those
indoor bowls, but 1,100 participants and what did you say, 1.2 million?
1.2 million return, economic return, yeah, that was the calculation on it.
Acknowledgement of Stephen Giles there too, for his input into that from their executive. Did a fantastic job, so encouraging them to come here. All right, can we
just a comment on that, Your Worship. It's been commented by some of the members that was organising the event, but TDC really shone and created the event really well. So the assistance from the council was really appreciated.
I'll pass that on. That's great to hear. Yeah.
wastewater?
Thank you, Your Worship. Wastewater. Some highlights there, or lowlights. The whakaaro pond project, we didn't get any tenders for that project. That's the second time it's been out to tender. So we're just going to bide our time and release it in another couple of months. Not a lot we can do about that.
Where's that one, Dennis? Which one?
Whakaaro pond. The Turangi wastewater treatment plant one, I've spoken about that previously. I guess just for members' information, in the last 2 or 3 months we have been doing a lot of CCTV condition assessment of wastewater lines. So we've completed all of Mangakino, we've completed Whakamaru, and we've completed the CBD in town here. And that's all helping set up our renewal profile for the next long-term plan. Certainly within Mangakino there's going to be significant renewals required. Whakamaru, we're currently underway with relining the pipes there, and that's in advance of putting in a new treatment plant there. And the CBD work, when we originally thought we had a lot of old pipes there, they're actually in pretty good nick. And so we've got some repairs to do, but they're quite minor in comparison to what we thought. So we're doing quite a bit in that area at the moment.
Very good. That's it? Okay.
Solid waste.
Solid waste?
Yeah, probably business as usual. We've been signalling for some time due to economic climate that there's more going into the landfill than we anticipated. There's probably not a lot we can do about that. I know we are working with contractors to try and minimise it as much as possible, but given the construction that's occurring, there's a limited amount we can do in that area. And stormwater, similarly, that's business as usual. The treatment device that's going in at the bottom of Tahoe Reaper Road, we expect to have that finished by the end of this week.
It's actually closed off to the public at the moment.
That's correct.
Access, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and you'll find if you go past there at night, we've got a security guard there every night as well.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Dennis. Any questions of Dennis on that stormwater or solid waste? Right. Democracy and planning.
Thank you, Your Worship. Thank you, Your Worship. Really business as usual in this space, but just a comment around the one performance measure there relating to official information requests. It's probably a performance measure that reflective of the organisation. It's ably managed by Mrs. Jakes, but the complexity of some of those requests mean we do have to actually go right through the organisation to get some information. So just to let you know that happens occasionally. And also, and Tina will know this better than I, but a lot of those requests are actually handled well within the 20 days as well. Happy to answer any questions, Your Worship.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fox. Any questions of Mr. Fox? Come on, councillors, give him a difficult one. Right?
Thank you, Your Worship.
Yeah. All right, where are we going there? Investments. Helen.
Okay, this is another positive area of the business for this financial year. From the sale of council assets through the equity revenue, and as you can see that we're substantially ahead of plan in that regard.
Very good. Thanks very much, Alan. Good news again. Economic development.
I haven't got much to add really. We had a long session on this morning. I don't know if there's any questions particularly, but this is, as you know, this is mainly made up of monies paid out to external agencies.
Very good. Any questions? We do this monthly treasury report too. Okay, so monthly treasury management report.
I'll take it as read. One of the disappointing things in there that some councillors will note is that our equity exposure is down to 7% of the portfolio. So I think you'd be quite disappointed in that.
Where did it used to be? 20?
About 13 or 14 is now normal. But
We've still got those Tesco's?
yeah, but we'll work on that in the next financial year.
They're doing groceries instead.
Right, anything else to add?
We've still got financial returns substantially greater than what we were budgeting for, so that's the important part of it.
All right. Do you want to sum up, Mr. Green?
No?
No? All good? All good? Very good. Pretty positive stuff to report. So thank you very much to the senior management team to put all that together and for your reporting. Appreciate that. Okay, there's a recommendation that council notes the information contained in the council performance report. Is that a new name? Used to be the CEO's report, didn't it?
We changed it around a wee bit.
Oh, okay, very good. Council's performance report for the month of May 2017. Moved by Councillor Park, seconded by Councillor Kingy. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried.